This summer, the science world has been abuzz about Pluto.
Earlier this month, a spacecraft flew by Pluto, sending back a wealth of information for scientists, including one who grew up in Brooklyn Park. Reporter Shannon Slatton spoke to him today.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of NASA's New Horizons spacecraft.
New Horizons is the fastest spacecraft ever built. It traveled more than 3 billion miles over the last 9 years to reach Pluto. On July 14th, scientists waited to get a phone home from New Horizons.
Copy that. We're in lock with telemetry with the spacecraft.
As mission operations celebrated in Maryland.
So it was this very tense moment because, all of the encounter sequence and sort of much of the mission, centers around that sort of one encounter period.
Dr. Andrew Steffl celebrated from his post in Colorado. We talked to him on Skype about New Horizons.
I mean, you've been working, in my case, I've been working for 10 years on this project, and, it's finally, okay, we did it. Finally all that hard work paid off.
Steffl's hard work and interest in science began when he was a kid in Brooklyn Park.
The Voyager spacecraft was flying by the planet Uranus, I think in 1986. And I remember I did a book report on that, and just trying to learn about this new planet. It was so cool because here's this planet that we'd only seen, sort of fuzzily in telescopes. It was suddenly a real place.
Now he gets to do that very thing with Pluto.
One of the things we look at is like the atmosphere of Pluto. And it's really, that's kind of what it's designed to do, is look at the atmosphere of Pluto, what it's made of, what its structure is.
We're all very proud of him here in Minnesota.
We spoke to one of Steffl's science teachers by phone. John Peterson couldn't be prouder to hear that one of his science students has excelled in his field of study.
It's just fascinating, and then to find out after the fact that Andrew was one of those people involved in making it happen, I'm just beyond amazed. It's terrific.
Learning about the solar system is what Andrew Steffl has always wanted to do. And he says students back home can also chase their passion if they just keep working hard.
When you first start out, it seems like this impossibly far, journey that you have to go on. As just a high schooler or a park center, it didn't seem like I'd be able to be working on these, amazing projects. But you kind of take the next step forward, and eventually you get there.
Steffl might have been working on this project for 10 years, but in many ways his job is just beginning. He says it will take 16 months to get all of the data back from the Pluto pass, and then the spacecraft could be headed for more exploration in the Kuiper Belt, which is just beyond the planets. And Mike and Alex, one reason why that process takes so long is if you remember dial-up internet in the 90s, how slow that was. Go back to the 80s. So that's how long it takes to get all of this information.
It's going to take time, but how neat. What a great job for Andrew.
Very cool thing.
Thanks a lot, Shannon.